You are surrounded by people right now, maybe at a party, maybe at work, maybe in a group chat that never stops buzzing, and somehow in the middle of all of it, you feel completely alone, not just a little distant. Truly deeply alone, and the strangest part, you cannot explain it because you are not actually by yourself. So why does being around people sometimes feel lonelier than being in an empty room? That question has been quietly haunting millions of people, and today we are going to go inside the psychology of it, not with generic advice, with the actual science of what is happening in your brain when this occurs. Stay with me because the answer is going to change the way you see yourself. You know that feeling when you are sitting at a dinner table, surrounded by conversation and laughter, and yet something inside you feels like glass, like you are watching everything from the other side of a window. Everyone else seems connected. Everyone else seems to belong. And you are there, nodding, maybe even smiling. That feeling has a name. Researchers call it social disconnection. But the experience of it is far more personal than any clinical term. It shows up in small, ordinary moments. You are at a gathering and someone tells a joke and everyone laughs, except something in you cannot quite reach the laugh. You are in a meeting and people are talking and you are talking back, but nothing feels real. You go home afterward and feel emptier than before you left, and then the self-talk begins. What is wrong with me? Why can I not just enjoy this? Other people seem fine. Why am I like this? This is where the loneliness doubles. Because now you are not just feeling disconnected from others, you are feeling disconnected from yourself, and it starts to shape your decisions. You stop going to things, you make excuses. You tell yourself you are just an introvert, or just tired, or just not a people person. Your identity quietly starts to shrink around this feeling, and that shrinking is the most dangerous part. But here is what I need you to hear before we go any further. You are not broken, you are not defective, and you are certainly not the only one sitting in a crowded room feeling invisible. What you are experiencing is actually one of the most psychologically complex and deeply human experiences there is. And the fact that it happens in crowds, specifically in crowds, is not random. It is your brain doing something very specific, something it learned to do, something that once made sense. This is not a character flaw. This is an adaptation, and understanding it changes everything. Here is what is actually happening inside your brain. When you enter a social environment, your brain does not just register the people around you. It immediately begins scanning. It is looking for signals of belonging. Tiny, fast, mostly unconscious signals. A genuine smile directed at you. Eye contact that lasts just a moment longer. A response that shows someone actually heard you, not just waited for you to finish. Your brain is running what neuroscientists call a social threat detection system. It evolved to keep you safe in groups, because for early humans, being rejected from the group meant death. This system is ancient, and it is extremely sensitive. Now here is where it gets interesting. When you are alone, this system is quiet. There is no one to scan, no signals to measure, no risk of rejection, so you feel calm, maybe even peaceful. But the moment you walk into a crowd, the system activates. And if the signals it is looking for do not come back clearly, if conversations feel surface level, if laughter feels performed, if nobody quite sees you, the system does not think that was a mediocre social event. It thinks you're not safe here, you do not belong, you are alone. And that feeling of being alone in a crowd is actually your brain's alarm system going off in the middle of a room full of people. The metaphor I want you to hold on to is this. Imagine you are at a concert. The music is loud, the crowd is dense, but you are wearing noise-canceling headphones. You can see everyone around you feeling something together. But you cannot hear what they hear. You are physically present, but experientially absent. That is what social disconnection feels like, not a lack of people, a lack of frequency match. Now let us talk about what you can actually do with this. Not 10 tips, not a morning routine, just 5 psychologically grounded principles that work with your brain, not against it. The first is to stop measuring depth by quantity. Your brain does not feel connected because there are 50 people in the room. It feels connected when there is one real moment of being seen, one honest exchange, one conversation where something true gets said. Psychologists call this felt sense of mattering. It is not about how many people you talk to. It is about whether any of them actually registered you as real. So instead of trying to work the room, look for one genuine moment, just one. That is enough for the brain's belonging system to exhale. The second is to name what you are feeling in real time. This comes from a well-established neuroscience concept called affect labeling. When you silently say to yourself, "I am feeling disconnected right now," the emotional intensity in your brain's alarm center actually decreases. You go from drowning in the feeling to observing it. It sounds almost too simple, but the research behind it is solid. Naming the emotion does not make it go away. It makes it smaller, and smaller is workable. The third is to check what you are bringing into the room. Here is something most people never consider. When your nervous system is already in a low state, already depleted, already running on empty, social environments do not refill you. They drain you faster. This is because connection requires presence, and presence requires resource. Think about the last time you went to something tired or anxious or emotionally raw. The disconnection you felt there was not the room's fault. Your system had nothing left to offer the scan. So before you write off social environments entirely, ask yourself honestly what state you were in when you walked in. The fourth is to reduce performed presence. There is a specific type of exhaustion that comes from being around people while also managing how you appear to them. Psychologists call this self-monitoring. And high self-monitors spend so much cognitive energy curating their social image that they have almost nothing left for actual connection. The irony is that the more you perform being present, the less present you actually become. Try one small experiment. In your next social interaction, say one thing that is actually true, even if it is a little vulnerable. Watch what happens to the quality of the exchange. The fifth is to stop waiting to feel ready. Your brain will not feel connected before connection happens. It feels connected because connection happened. The biology works in that order. Belonging is not a feeling that arrives before you engage. It is a feeling that sometimes arrives after. Not always, but sometimes. And sometimes is worth showing up for. Now let me bring this all together into one image you can carry with you. Think of human connection like tuning a radio. You can be in a room full of stations broadcasting, but if your dial is not in the right place, or if the frequency is off, you hear noise instead of music. The loneliness in crowds is not proof that you cannot connect. It is feedback that something about the frequency is off. Maybe the environment, maybe your state, maybe what you are asking connection to do for you. You are not broken. You are just sometimes trying to hear music through static, and the work is not to force the connection. It is to gently, patiently adjust the dial. If you have ever sat in a room full of people and felt this way, I want you to leave a comment right now. Just say, "I have felt this," because someone else is going to read that comment and feel less alone. And that right there, that one small moment, is exactly what your brain has been searching for all along. You are not alone in feeling alone, and somehow that matters more than it should.